We have one side are ISAF soldiers, which are serving here at the base and are trying to make patrols to the area. Other side of the conflict are civilians, which are in the villages or in the city, making a business, trying to survive. And also, according to the actions of ISAF or Taliban as fighters against the ISAF, they can tend to be more friendly to Taliban or more friendly to ISAF. And the problem is that we don't know that what would happen. This game has no scenario. So everyone acts what he thinks is the best for this role playing, and the others must react for these actions. So if we make a lot of good to the villagers, they will help us more than to Taliban, and they will not fight us. But of course, because it's just a game for a few days, there is a lot of people who wants to shoot, who wants to fight. So it's very common that during the night, most of the people take weapons and try to siege the base and fight us. We are trying not to fight. We are trying to act peacefully with the civilians. They act with us somehow. And of course, because there is a lot of people, it's about 1,500 people in the game, so there are also some of them who want to fight, some of them who want to play more, and then we have to interact in between them, and all of us must interact with the others. So no one can tell you in advance what would happen in the next few minutes.
So this game here is a real Milsim game.
We are trying to make it as real as possible. It's very exhausting for people. Most of them are wearing the armor, helmets, and it's very heavy. So it's quite different from being here as a civilian, because for civilians they can take whole the family, children, wife, and make a good few days in nature with a friend or with relatives, just like holidays. Here you can see there is special money made for this game only. You can see it's very nice performed. So this is what we can use to buy information, to buy stuff, to buy somewhere in the shops, also tea, coffee or something like that. And of course to use it to get an information. That's the most important, and the civilians can buy weapons for this.
Okay, we are here at a checkpoint during the day. It's mixed from Austrian, British and the American Army. We are checking the border, the line across to the border. We're saving the road that nobody can smuggle drugs or weapons or explosives or anything other things that could be dangerous for the base. And the Taliban or also the civilians are driving through the checkpoint, and we do a check with them and controlling cars. And yes, they are smuggling drugs to sell it on the border, on the other side of the border in Pakistan, and they want to change this to weapons, this money, and come back and fight in this country here in Afghanistan.
We are now sitting in Qila Saifullah, Pakistani village close to the Afghani border. And this village is the center of Taliban resistance against Western Crusaders and ISAF forces in Afghanistan border region of the province of Zabul. We have started our fight against infidels because of the will of our Allah, and we will not quit until the last of them will leave our country, dead or alive. Our message to the infidels is clear: leave our land or you will die. And our goal was to recruit as much villagers from the local villages in Afghanistan as possible into Taliban forces, to arm them with guns and to send them for their martyr missions. We have been attacking strong points of ISAF forces. We have destroyed many checkpoints and many convoys of infidels in our country. After all, the people in Kaskonar, the capital of the province of Zabul, started an uprising against the occupants, and Kaskonar is free again. One more village has completely turned to Taliban forces as well. So we are progressing with our fight, and I believe that we will free our country sooner or later. Infidels do not have chance. Protector is a game which is partially a role-playing event. It is not strictly battle or fight oriented, so the people were quite enjoying just pretending they are normal Afghani civilians living their normal lives, having some kiosks, selling food or whatever else, doing taxi drivers. We had an in-game currency, Afghani, which was used for the game economy in every village and every town in the game. There were many kiosks, shops with different stuff, many services which were paid partially by the in-game currency, partially by real currency, especially to cover the expenses for it. So, for example, if you came to a tea room, you had to pay a few Czech crowns for the tea, and in addition also some in-game Afghanis. The players had to earn the money by many different ways, so it was quite fun. They had to cook heroin out of opium produced by their poppy fields. They had to come here to my nephew to buy some chemical stuff and laboratory equipment for this manufacturing of this in-game heroin from raw opium. So we had pretty nice economic model here, and generally this event is quite unique because of that it is really much more oriented on the overall effect and the enjoyment of the feeling being in almost real Afghanistan and playing the game characters. Some of the players were in standard military roles in ISAF, so they played probably almost the same as in normal classical Airsoft events, but still ISAF role was not only to fight Taliban, they were much more oriented on providing humanitarian aid to the villagers, providing security and protection to them from various groups, from the rebels or Taliban, etc. So this game is not only about shooting, and people come here much more for having fun and to enjoy the atmosphere of almost real Afghanistan.
My role at this game was my personal project I wanted to make. I wanted to make a telephone connection between as many locations as possible. Originally we tried, I made a project how to connect with wires all those villages, but at the end we decided with the organization to just connect with wires, ISAF base and all those important buildings here in main city of Kaskonar. So there was a bank, there was police connected, police office was connected as well, press center. We had a telephone booth over there, and the communication was in some parts of the game really intense, mostly between press and ISAF or police and ISAF. That was the only communication line they had if they were not willing to use cellular phones, which you can do anytime, but this was in-game communication with live PBX here, with real operator connecting the calls with our PBX manually. and it worked perfectly. I think the organization liked it as well, and maybe towards next year we can broaden the project and make more wired connections, which is something I think it improves the game, it improves the atmosphere, and it works like it should work in Afghanistan, I think.
Hi, my name is Bassam Haji Tayaba and I'm a sheikh, very rich.
Airsoft ist wirklich Sport. Da macht jemand Sport. Ja, Sport. Im Airsoft.